roughly, oh, my mic is all the way over here. Can you hear me? What am I doing? Roughly 1 year ago today, not today, but roughly 1 year ago, January 30th or something like that of last year, I set a goal for myself that I was going to make my way onto the media list for Epic Universe. I spectacularly failed that goal, and today we're going to talk about why, where I went wrong, what I did do, what I didn't do, and how I am not giving up and what I'm going to be doing this year to hopefully make it in time for the opening of Epic Universe. Let's get into it. So here is my Instagram page, just to show you it is really my page. We'll scroll back to the top. This is my welcome to my Instagram page. I'm on the Reels part right now. Here's the photos. Lately I've been posting more photo and main page posts than Reels, but we'll get into that in a minute. Alright, so let's scroll all the way down back to last January because I want to show you guys the mission that I was on. This would be New Year's, like midnight New Year's. And this is January 30th when I decided to take on this challenge. So as you'll see in this reel, my decision was to post one post, basically a reel or a main page post. I did mostly reels because they were at the time supposed to be performing better. I don't know. But I did one post every day. And the idea was to do that until I got on the media list for Epic Universe. So I'll let you watch the first one and we'll go from there. This is day one of sharing my theme park photography and videography every single day until Universal invites me to be on their media list for Epic Universe. Let's go. All of my photography is done through a collection of vintage and oddball and one-of-a-kind camera lenses. So I'm sharing a unique perspective that only I can create. And these shots were captured through a vintage lens from the 1970s. I'm really in love with these ones. They were taken right at the entrance area to Universal Studios. So here's the thing, you guys. I may be a professional photographer, like that is my trade, that's what I do for work, but I don't have the slightest idea on how to get on these media lists for these gigantic world-renowned theme parks. So I need your help. Like these videos, share them, tag Universal when you see them to help me get on the media list so that I can show all of you this amazing new theme park through my vintage lenses as soon as it opens. Let's do it together! Okay, so that was my first video that I did for this challenge. As you can see, it was a little bit janky. My audio quality on the videos that I took with my phone was not great. I, was jumping into a different type of content creation than what I am used to doing. So from there, you can see I was posting every single day. I literally did not miss a day for like, I don't know, it was like 140 days or something like that. And the videos changed and improved in quality over time. So I'll show you another random one just as an example. Let's find one that performed well, so we can see what the people liked. This is day 51 of sharing my vintage lens theme park photography every day until I reach my dreams and get on the media list for Epic Universe. Today we're comparing two different lenses at Epcot's International Flower and Garden Festival, starting with the Helios 40. This lens is one of my favorites, even though it's one of the more challenging ones to use. It creates soft, dreamy photos with unique color tones thanks to the strange coatings and glass that these old 1960s Soviet lenses are known for. Now, let's compare this 85mm Helios lens to this 35mm CCTV lens. Since it's designed for a CCTV camera, this lens has heavy vignetting around the edges, but also interesting distortions in the out-of-focus areas and fairly true-to-life color tones. Which of these two lenses do you like better based on today's photos? Let me know in the comments and be sure to like this video and hit follow to help me achieve my epic dreams. If you do that, I'll be sure to see you tomorrow with more vintage lens photos. Okay, so that one I also really like. It was very cute. And I'll show you now where the challenge kind of petered off and ended abruptly. And it really honestly just ended because I missed a day and I felt like, well, that's it, I failed. But this is one of the ultimate lessons I learned, was not to give up so easily. But where did the last one go? This is day 183 of sharing my vintage lens theme park photography. I made it farther than I thought. My dreams. Today's Velocicoaster photos were captured through my 1980 Vega 12. So that was 184. This is day 185 of sharing my vintage lens theme park photography every day to reach my dreams. And today, let's enjoy an evening around Disney's Hollywood Studios capture. Okay. 186. I think that was where I stopped, was 186. Yeah, because then I still was posting reels, but I think it was not quite as steady at that point. So day 186 would have been, I believe, the last day of that challenge. And I kind of just gave up after that. I was like, I'm not getting any traction. Like you can kind of see my views were still very inconsistent and very low on these videos. I was just really struggling with the algorithm. Every now and then I would have one do kind of like all right for seemingly no reason.
Of sharing my vintage lens theme park photography every day.
I couldn't figure out the rhyme or reason as to why some of them were doing better than others and why I was struggling so hard with the algorithm. And my growth on my page, as you can see here, is still only at 2,135 followers. I was just struggling, and it became very frustrating and very disheartening. But today I actually found this video that I made a while back that inspired me to make the video that I'm currently recording, even though I still kind of feel like nobody's going to watch this. Nobody cares. um, but it did inspire me to pick the mantle back up and to keep trying with my efforts to do the things that I really love and want to do and want to pursue. So yeah, I am back at it again. I think it might be this one.
This is day 106.
Nope, it's not that one. Hold on. Where did it go? I was just watching it.
Hey Disney creators.
I found it. 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 Okay. So this video only reached apparently 616 people, which was wild for the amount of time I spent on it. But let's not talk about that right now. Let's just take a watch and a listen. And I think this will explain why I'm continuing on this mission in spite of challenges.
Hey Disney creators, what's your why? We all share a common love for Disney parks, experiences, cruises, films, and more, but when we choose to create content about, in my case, the theme parks, it's important to keep your reason why, your driving force, top of mind. Content creation, especially in this niche, is saturated, competitive, and harder work than many might realize. Growth as a creator is really challenging these days, and as nice as it is to say things like you should only want to do this for fun, or you shouldn't care if nobody sees your content, I know that's not the case for most of us. It certainly isn't the case for me. I do this because photography is my passion and vintage camera equipment is my special interest. I put a lot of time and effort into taking these photos, editing them, and creating the content that I share with you all, so of course I want that work to be seen and appreciated. I wouldn't bother sharing it if I didn't. I'm not afraid to admit that I want to grow an audience. I want to reach some very big goals and dreams that I've set for myself in the content creator space. I want to develop a community, but I know I'll never reach those dreams if I let the frustrations and challenges I face get to me. And this app can be very frustrating, so I keep my focus steadily on my why, because this is my passion. There is no environment I'd rather express that passion in than at world-class theme parks. And I know I have a unique perspective to share, so I will continue to share it even when it feels like no one is watching or supporting me, because there is nothing I'd rather do more. There is no way I'm giving up on my dreams. There's nobody who can make me stop believing in myself. And that's why this is day 138 of sharing my vintage lens theme park photography every day to reach my dreams. So once again, I ask you, what is your why? Hey,
So yeah, I saw that today when I was scrolling back looking for something totally different. And it just kind of reminded me of that why and the fact that that has not changed. I have a lot of people in my life being like, oh, focus more on your other types of photography, like do pet photography, do different types of travel photography, whatever. But like, I know what I want to do. I know what I've wanted to do for so many years now, and I know that I'm fully capable of doing it. So today I want to talk about the three areas, the three top things that I did wrong, where I went wrong, and the three things that I'm going to do differently this year to reach my goals. And whether I reach them by that deadline I had set for myself for the Epic Universe's opening or not, doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is that I don't stop pursuing my dreams. So, the number one place where I went wrong was giving up. This one's obvious. But the fact that the road got really hard several times throughout this journey, and I still made it to like 180 something videos. So the fact that I made one hiccup and decided the road has gotten too hard now and gave up, that was a huge mistake. So my advice to you guys, if you're pursuing anything even remotely like this, is don't give up no matter what. Because so many times in my own life, when I've come so close to reaching something and felt like giving up, it was within like 2 to 3 days after that when I was like, no, just push through, that I got, the promotion, they landed a photography job that I was trying to get, a new client or something like that. Like, it's always right after that hurdle that you feel like you can't get over. If you push yourself over that hurdle, that's usually when the thing happens. So I am now seeing all of these big influencers go and do their, tour, their media day tour of the Stella Nova resort at Epic Universe. And I'm like, that could have been me. Like, what if I just didn't give up for 3 more days or something, and, the right person saw my content and it blew up big, or you never know. Like, it literally could have been me and I squandered it. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to keep going. Number 2, I was not putting enough of myself in my content. You'll notice in that particular video, it was a little more personal, but there's a lot of my videos where I didn't even do a voiceover. Let me see if I can find one, because it's hard for me now to remember which video is which, but there were quite a few where, like, it was just a busy day and I didn't have time to do a voiceover or whatever. But if you want to be a content creator, you really have to commit content creator type time to your planning. So as hard as that can be some days, I really need to make sure that I'm either like recording face on, putting those clips of myself in there with the voiceover or something. I think
Today is day
there's a little bit of me in that one, but there's definitely some here where it was just like flashes of my photography. And as cool as that is, unfortunately, that is just not what Instagram is about anymore. Instagram used to be just a place for photography, and these days it's not. I think this is one. I'm gonna totally get demonetized for this music. Even that one has some clips of me in it, but there were definitely some that was just straight like photography. I think this might be one.
High heels on my tippies. High heels.
Yeah, so that had a little clip of me at the beginning. I'm telling you right now, quite a few of these on lazier days did not. It was just flashes of pictures and stuff. And so those ones, I feel like just didn't do very... Actually, that one kind of did well. See, there's no rhyme or reason. And that brings me to number 3, is roll with the punches. These apps are constantly changing on you. The algorithms are constantly changing. And I was getting frustrated by those punches. Like, I would do something like that and it would perform well. And I'd be like, okay, well, maybe I'll do more videos without a voiceover then. And so I was losing consistency. But I think you need to roll with the punches. You do need to keep up to date with what's happening on the different platforms that you're using, and make small like tweaks to what you're doing, but keep some form of consistency and just roll with the punches that comes with that. Because a lot of people loved my voiceovers. I would get a lot of interactions, even if I wasn't getting tons of views. Those people who did view would respond to the questions that I asked during the voiceover, or have questions themselves about the lens that I was talking about during the voiceover. So it was really leading to more engagement, and I just wasn't putting 2 and 2 together on that. I would be like, oh, but this one with no voiceover got more views, so the algorithm liked it, so I'm gonna do more of that. And then I was kind of mixing that in with the voiceover, and it was just leading to a serious inconsistency problem. And I know that my audience likes to have that community feel. They want to engage, they want to get to know me. So I was losing engagement in the name of chasing what the algorithm seemed to want. And at the end of the day, even if I wasn't doing what the algorithm thinks I should be doing, it is a machine. It doesn't know what my audience really wants, and my audience responding well, interacting more, sharing with friends, things like that, would have still put me back in the good graces of the algorithm eventually, because the algorithm would realize that people are liking this. So yeah, getting caught up in the sort of curveballs that the apps were throwing at me really threw me off and affected my consistency. So consistency would definitely be the third one as far as areas where I went wrong. So 3 things that I'm going to do this year as I continue my content creation journey is 1, not give up no matter what. I recently announced on my Instagram stories that I am not getting a Walt Disney World annual pass this year. If you noticed, I was looking at my phone. I got an email from Disney being like, your pass expired yesterday, but don't worry, we'll still let you renew it today. And I'm like, you guys are giving me mental torture right now because I have committed to the decision not to renew my annual pass this year. And that's just because there's going to be so much construction going on in the parks, and it's not as great for my type of content, taking photography. And there are a lot of other things I want to do. I want to go back to Busch Gardens again. I would love to see Dollywood. I plan to go to Canada's Wonderland for the opening of Alpenfury. As you guys know, I have a long history of Canada's Wonderland content from when I lived there, before I moved. So I don't want to stick myself in one tiny part of this theme park niche. I want to do theme parks in general. Like, I want to have a huge bank of photography and videography that I can pull from so many different parks. I want to be able to talk about the differences in parks and, have firsthand commentary on how the different ownership companies make their parks feel and things like that. I want to branch out more. And unfortunately, Walt Disney World is very expensive. And I do have a lot of content banked from the Disney parks that I haven't used yet. And I have a lot of experience going there now as an adult. I have tons of childhood experience going there, but now I have a lot of experience as an adult. So I want to be able to make videos still speaking on the things that I see happening in the parks. But unfortunately, because I live like a 4-hour drive away from Orlando, I'm not going to be able to be the person that gets there the day that, there's a rumor that this construction wall went down. Like, I'm never going to be the first one to that breaking piece of news. So I have to find a different way to creatively cover the things that are going on and to, still keep a general focus on my photography. So that's number one, is not giving up in spite of those curveballs. Like, that was one of the things that really got to me last year, was feeling like I was never able to be there for an opening day of something. I was never able to be there for the breaking news. I was never able to be there to investigate the rumors because I'm so far away and I have to plan my trips in advance. So yeah, this year it's all about not letting that get to me and finding creative ways to continue putting content out there and talking about things and sharing things with you guys that does not involve me having to be that particular type of creator. There are so many ways that we can share our passions for these theme parks that doesn't have to be the way that, your favorite big channel is doing it. So that's one. Two is, where's my list? I'm forgetting what I'm saying now. Please hold. Oh, okay. So 2 is sharing more of me. So a lot of my vlogs, especially recently, I didn't do as much like face in the camera talking to you guys type of stuff. And I know that that's what people want. Like, you guys who have subscribed to my channel are here for me, not necessarily for my Cayman content or my Wonderland content or my Universal content or my Disney content. You're here because I have shared something that you found value in. And so you're here for me, or you've been following my journey for a long time, for all of my moves and various adventures and travels. So yeah, to show you guys more of me and to connect with you more personally is probably the biggest of my 3 goals for this year, and what I think will get me to my goals more than anything else. Hi, I'm here. I'm Jasmine. Nice to meet you. I have traveled and lived in numerous countries, and I now do theme park content, and I'm a professional photographer, but I really want to just be a theme park photographer, so that's why I'm here. Hi. We're going to talk more about that in the coming days, weeks, and months, so stay tuned. And third is to diversify. So as you guys can see here, what I was showing you was primarily Instagram content. I was really honed in on Instagram. I would repost a lot of these videos to TikTok, but even that I was not consistent with. And my YouTube presence was very inconsistent, which is crazy because YouTube was really where I grew an audience first and foremost. I have been on Instagram since the year that it started, which I think was 2005 or 2006. As you can see, I have over 5,000 posts on here, which is wild to think about. So Instagram very much has felt like a photo diary for me for years and years and years now. So I do have a tendency to just feel most comfortable on there. But to be honest, that app has been getting on my absolute last nerve. And I just feel like I have more fun posting on YouTube. So I want to diversify more. I want to post on Instagram, but of course, even more so this year, focus on posting here on YouTube and sharing more with you guys and my audience on here and building an audience on here once again. And, you know, explore new apps. Like I've been really enjoying Blue Sky. You can find me there, same username. And, you know, whatever other new platforms pop up that I think are a great place to build my community. So those are 3 things that helped me to fail spectacularly and 3 ways that I plan on overcoming this failure and continuing to work towards my goal this year. I am going to do more videos that are catching up on my holiday travels because I still am behind on that. That's, I guess, another thing I should add to my list is getting faster with my editing. I do not have an editor. I do it all myself. I should probably figure out getting an editor eventually when, you know, the channel can afford it. But for now, I do all my own editing, so it does take me time. Sometimes I also am a business owner. I have a life. Yes, but I do need to get faster with getting my content out because like putting Christmas content out near the end of January is not smart. But I've made a commitment to myself not to just let all the videos I've filmed just sit there on my hard drive and die like I've been doing for the past year. So yes, getting that content out. I'm going to use all of the content that I've banked from last year that I unfortunately did not find the time to edit into YouTube videos to make commentary videos where we talk about the parks and we talk about the changes that are happening, and you know, you and I, audience, and myself can engage in some conversations and debates and share thoughts and share ideas, and we'll just use that as kind of background images for those conversations and create new content along the way. So I do have some of, like I said, those videos coming up from my holidays in December, from Cayman, and I still have like my Jollywood Nights Disney video, which I think I'm going to make more of an opinion piece on my experience at that event for the first time. And then I will be going to Epic Universe opening day. I've had this planned for a long time. And as soon as that date dropped, I was like, clear my calendar. I'm going to be at Epic Universe. So I will be there for opening day. Not on the media list as of right now, but that may change. I don't know. Subscribe. Give this video a like. Help a sister out. Find me on Instagram. Find me on other platforms. We can get there. But either way, I will be there on opening day for Epic Universe, and I do have another trip planned for Epic Universe in June, so I'll be visiting a few times and getting a lot of content. We'll have a lot to say, a lot to share, and plenty of photos and videos for you guys from my vintage lenses. I'm super excited to take my Helios lens and to photograph the Helios Grand Hotel with it. That lens is from like 1962 if you haven't seen my reels about it, and it's my favorite, and I'm so excited just because the name, it's like fate. It has to happen. So anyways, I am now rambling. I just wanted to share with you guys my absolutely spectacular failure, why I failed, how I'm fixing it, and that's it. That's it for today. I will see you in the next one. Please subscribe, help me reach my goals. Bye.